Yo, what's up, guys? We're back in the shop. Working. Cold outside. So I finally got all my parts in for the Stroker 5.3, the original motor that was in the Camaro. So the biggest thing I've been waiting on is head gaskets. So I ordered the head gaskets back in October. And he told me it was going to be January before I got them. So I finally got them. So today I'm going to be looking through all my parts, and I ordered some more pistons for it. I'm going to put a little more compression in it. I had about 12.5 to 1 compression. I'm going to go to 13.5 to 1 compression. Just try to give it a little bit more horsepower. So I need to weigh the old pistons and the new pistons and see if there's any weight difference. See if I'm gonna have to get my rotating assembly rebalanced. I also ordered some rods, so I'm gonna weigh those versus the old rods. I'll probably go back with the old rods, but I got a lot of parts at the house for another motor, and all I needed for it was some rods. So if the weight difference on the rods is a lot, I'll just use the new rods and that other motor whenever I put it together. So I tried a new company with the pistons this time. Never really dealt with them. DDS forged pistons. So I'm gonna take them out, take a look at them, see what they're looking like. These old pistons, these are Wise Codes. Pretty popular company, an old company. But I don't think DSS been around that long. So I'm gonna take a look at their product, see what I think about it. Got the rings here. So I'm gonna look at these rings. I also had ordered some rings, some different rings that I wanted to try. But I compare, I'll take a look at both of them and compare. Cause y'all know the problem with this motor, we found it had a few broke rings in it. Hit this one of them here, and the rings was starting to come apart on the end. So I definitely did not want to go back with this ring design. So I wanted a better ring. So we'll check the DSS rings and the other rings I got, figure out which ones I want to use. Here's the other rings here. Got a couple nice stickers. That's the color of the Camaro. Be nice they give us some sponsorship. These piston was over $1,000. I would gladly put that sticker on this car for $1,000. But that's the cost of racing. So here's the new piston. Like I say, it should put me at 13.5 to 1 from 12 to 1. This is what they call a special design here. They got the skirt cut, supposed to channel oil on the side of the piston to keep it from scuffing up the walls like these did. So I see how that works. But what I need to do is weigh the pistons. And I also ordered these pistons with upgraded wrist pin. I know that's gonna be heavier. Just see how thick that wrist pin there is versus this wrist pin. I think these wrist pin here are supposed to be rated up to 1,800 horsepower. And these here 1,200. I probably never make over 1200. So if that's the only difference in my weight, if the piston's way close to the same, I may consider putting the 1200 horsepower pinions in, but I'll see. So the piston look okay. It got some rough edges on it though. I may try to knock those down somewhere where the machining was done. A lot of times people just kind of try to knock the rough edges off. It's just a point to get real hot and start the piston and start the piston burning on those little fine corners like that. So I just may take some sandpaper or some emery cloth or something. Try to round that a little bit, but I guess first thing I need to do is take one of these pistons off the rod so I can get me some weights and see what I weigh. So y'all stay tuned. So I'm gonna use this baby screwdriver here to try to get the spiral lock out the groove so I can get the pin out. First I gotta get this ring here off so the pin will slide all the way out. All right, so I got my scale out. I got the old piston off the rod. So I'm gonna weigh that new piston with the pin in it. Make sure it's on grams, zeroed out. Gram on 0. So the new piston with the thick pin weighs 660 grams. See what the old piston weigh. 594. So that's a significant difference. So I'm gonna weigh them without the thick pins. See how close the pistons are to each other. See that pin and that pin, same material, just thicker. It's a little taller also. So these pins are probably not interchangeable like I thought. So I think I may be stuck now. The thicker pin. Let's just weigh the pistons anyway. It's 511. .488. So the new piston is heavier also. So I gotta do some figuring and some thinking on what I want to do about that. I'm probably gonna have to get the rotating assembly balance. I was just trying not to do that because gotta take it to the machine shop and wait on the machine shop to get to you. There's not a lot of machine shops around anymore, so most of them be backed up, but I gotta do what I gotta do. I think I'm gonna go ahead and weigh the rods. Check to compare those. Got some K1 Technologies rods. Take a look at them. Steel rods. So here's the new rod, K1 Technology. 6.125 length. This rod is a little different design from the old rod. It's a little thinner. And it definitely feels heavier than the old rod. That's what I feel. Some ARP 2000 rod bolts. So I upgraded these to the ARP 8740. I think they're a little stronger than the 2000s. Let's weigh it. Let's weigh them and see how close they are to each other. I think at this point it don't matter, because I'm gonna have to go try to get my crank rebalanced anyway. So that's 646 for the new rod. Okay, so that may be a game changer. I still got a bearing in here, 709. So the new rod is actually a little lighter. Let me take these bearings out, see how much they add. So I got my bearings out of the old rods. See what they weigh now. 662. $47 grams, that's how much the bearings weigh. So the old rod is 662. And the new rod is 646. So about 20 grams lighter. I think that difference is probably in the rod bolts. I think I'm gonna write down all my numbers and run some calculations and see if I see what I need to do to get this thing balanced out. Cause I definitely need it balanced, cause I'm gonna be turning at about 8,500 RPM. So I don't want it to come apart. So we're gonna try to get it right. Y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna be posting videos as I go through this build process on this stroke 5.3. Get it built, get it ready to put back in the Camaro. But in the meantime, we got the junkyard 5.3 in it. I'm gonna be playing around with it. So I was hoping if I didn't have to go to the machine shop, I'd probably get this motor together in a couple of weeks. Working on it a little bit here, a little bit there, but we'll see what happens. Y'all stay tuned.